Tavin, we begin with you. Alone in the Bridge of Martha, you have just seen all 10 of these life form blips on your radar vanish from the cargo bay, leaving one single blip that you believe to be Daniel Cooper. What are you doing in this moment?
I will go on to the ship's overall communications and say, attention, all crew on bridge. And then I am going to start flying my ship so that I can dock with the dead ship.
As you get to this door, you do notice that the doors are still parted that foot that it was before, but you do see it's almost like a clear liquid, like that mucousy stuff that you would get from a slug, like a slug trail, and it's kind of streaking through the door into this corridor and then just dissipating in different directions.
All right. Uh, I'm going to go into the room.
The three of you do glance at the cryopods, and none of them are open, but all of them have what appears to be almost like a smoke or a steam radiating from the top of them. And
like they've malfunctioned or like they've been turned on?
You do not know at this point, but
I'll get closer. I'll check it out.
Okay. As you get closer, nothing on the monitors or anything like that has changed. But as you get closer, and I don't mean within like 3-4 feet, this is still within like 10 feet of them. One thing that you do notice is that each of these cryopods now have on the inside a red residue sprayed up the glass.
What?
I'm gonna check. I want to check like Cooper's suit as he's sitting there to see if there's any damage to it. And as I do that, I'll be like, Cooper, what happened, man?
As you begin to look over the suit and touch him, he lets out a wild scream as full-on panic sets in. Almost as if you've triggered this reaction. As if his emotions had been suspended in time, and you touching him has just brought him back to the reality of what's happened.
Will immediately stop touching him and be like, look, man, it's me. It's Tavin. Try and get through to him.
Joshua and Andrea, while Carrigan is over with Tavin, having a closer look at these pods, the smoke that is coming from the tops of these pods, as you look, there is just a small hole on each of the glass with, it almost looks like a reactive liquid, as if the glass of this pod has been melted away as opposed to broken. And I'm assuming Andrea, anyway, will definitely have an even closer look to the pods.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You will notice that the yellow creatures are still within this pod, unmoving. But something new within is that each of these bodies now has an exit wound from the stomach. You kind of grab Cooper by the shoulders and authoritatively command him to basically
Get his
cut
ass
the
with
shit
peps.
and
Yeah.
get fucking moving. As that you do that, in your marine-like state, you then begin ushering everybody else to ascend the ladder.
Mhm, mhm.
And that's when you do see something. As your hand begins to tremble and goes up your arm before your entire body begins to uncontrollably shake. Something along this corridor in the darkness. It's hard to make out, but it's almost serpent-like with this smoothness to it
Mhm, mhm.
as you see it within every red glow of this emergency light before the red light becomes again and there's nothing there. As you then put yourself up the ladder behind everyone else.
Let me know if I can do this. Try and run the radar kind of like around my ship instead of pointed. I want to see if any of those serpents might have tried to jump onto the outside of my ship. I don't know if that's anything I can do since radar is usually for outside.
Usually it is. So what I'll say is, if you want to roll a d20, I'll say 1 to 10, you can't. 11 to 20, you are able to do it.
Right. All right. 11.
So yes, I will allow that you can do a form of radar. I would say it's more like a bioscan. So it will only show you of life forms. It won't show you anything else really.
Yeah.
But you do this and it takes a minute. So and the minute feels like a long minute. But it does go and you get 7 life forms back.
Is that including me?
Yes.
Well, it's just 7 in total. Okay, so Doc, Carrigan. I'm counting. Fuck, we got 1 extra.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh fuck. And it's just life forms. It's not telling me where they are.
I will give you this, that 6 of the life forms are in the galley.
I will immediately go onto the comms and say possibility of life form on the ship. One of the snakes might be on the ship.
Fuck.
Keep your guns ready. Everyone stay in the galley. I'm making my way there. And then I am going to lock the bridge behind me and basically make my way to the galley, locking every single door that I go through to try and limit how this thing might be getting through.
Joshua, give me
Yep.
an observation roll, please.
One and one panic.
Okay.
But I'm keeping it together.
As you bring Cooper into the galley and sit him down, Carrigan and Andrea kind of come in behind you and they sit kind of just Carrigan trying to just process what's going on, Andrea being Andrea. Jamie is sitting kind of confused and worried about what's going on. And you look at Cooper and you get a feeling of anxiety as you do notice something on his helmet. Around the rim of where the glass or the glass area meets the metal, you do notice a clear liquid around the rim.
Like from where? Like, is it
where the visor meets? Like as if like just that very bottom rim of where the visor meets the neck piece. You would recognize this sort of smearing, especially on glass, is where the glass has been closed upon this liquid. This liquid was here first, and then the glass was put on top of it.
okay? I'm gonna get real quiet and be like, Daniel, buddy, I need you to answer a question. Did anything get in your suit?
Daniel doesn't say anything, but you also get this face of fear and panic across his face.
Yeah, I know, but like, this is shit. Yo, Carrigan, you wanna? I could use your help over here.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna look at Andrea. Be like, if there's milk, chocolate powder, chocolate sauce, what the fuck ever. I need something.
Okay. I'll handle it.
I'm gonna try and compose myself. Wipe down my uniform, take a breath, come over and be like, what's up?
I need you to stay calm. We have to get Daniel out of his suit, but there might be something in his suit with him. So I need you, as I'm going to slowly remove pieces of his suit, I need you to be ready to
Okay.
stab whatever it is in his suit that's not Daniel, because we can't shoot it because we might shoot Daniel.
Can I stun baton it?
Yeah, that'll work too.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? I'm gonna look at Daniel. I'm gonna put on my the old calming presence. I'm like, all right, Daniel. Very calmly, we're gonna start to get you out your suit so we can make sure that you're okay. So just try and relax. Stay calm. We got you. And I'm gonna start undoing his suit. Very slowly, making sure like I'm paying attention to any other movement and anything like that. Because I don't know what the fuck could be in that suit.
I am
But I'm
in
being
a ready position, ready to stomp and baton.
Joshua, you begin to slowly remove this suit. You get to the point where it's just down at Cooper's feet. So in one kind of swift movement, Joshua, you are able to pull the suit off of the feet of Cooper as Carrigan. You are, with a little tension, begin to just beat and wail on this suit. Joshua, in this almost frenzied attack.
I'm also tasing this suit.
Yeah. That was kind of where Joshua's ability roll was getting brought into it, or agility roll. Luckily, the push saves Joshua from many electrical shocks. You are able to remove your hand from the many metal components of this suit as Carrigan begins to shock. And after about 30 seconds of this vicious attack, you are left with an unmoving spacesuit and a Cooper off to the side, kind of sitting where Joshua had left them kind of there while attacking the suit.
okay. Once that moment has passed, I want to examine the suit for anything that shouldn't be in the suit.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab like a we're in a galley, so I'm gonna grab like a ladle or something and just kind of be like,
No problem. Give me an observation roll. Okay.
"Who success?"
As you gingerly, ladily examine this suit, you find nothing. It's an empty suit. The only visible thing you can see is this liquid around the rim of the visor.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk over to Daniel. Very calmly, Doctor mode again. Put the coat back on. Hey, buddy. You said there was. Well, you gave the impression.
As you get to saying that, with your 2 successes, you do see something that stops you in your words. On either side of Daniel's face, you do start to see 8 red markings begin to slowly appear.
What happened?
I don't know. He wanted to see what the aliens were, and I'm not going to stop him.
Wait,
They were possibly dead. They weren't moving when we were in there.
We didn't know anything about them. Holy shit.
okay. Let's
How?
calm down.
How did it get into his sealed space suit?
I mean, they broke out of a cryopod. I'm pretty sure they can break through a suit.
Daniel,
Can
did
your
you
friend
remove
breathe in
your
space?
Daniel, did you remove your helmet or raise your visor at any point?
Cooper is silent.
Understood.
Can I make a wits check to put some context clues together about how this may have happened based off of what we saw in the cryo bay, the biomonitor, and what we've seen with Daniel?
And
Because I know what's happening. Joshua doesn't.
Yeah.
okay,
Carrigan
sure.
didn't see the holes in the cryopods. Like, that's something that you two saw that I did not see, that I can't remember if was relayed to us and not. So there are like things in jumps in logic that I can't make as Carrigan.
Okay.
So
We told you that there were holes in the.
Did you guys?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
yeah, it was quick and sporadic because we were all
But-
like heightened state.
But we did
I
tell
will-
you.
Not trying to interrupt what you were asking, Chris, but I'm gonna like relay that to you and be like, whatever the fuck it was burst through fucking cryoglass.
I'll get there in a second. Can I add my medical knowledge, my medical aid skill to the context of trying to figure out how this happened? Or is it just straight wits?
It would probably be straight, because figuring out how this has happened wouldn't really be a medical. Like,
Okay.
you're not medically trying to figure out what happened. You're just trying to put your train
Right.
of thought together.
Okay, that's fair. I'll just... Go ahead, finish.
Yeah. But I would say roll, and if you get a success, then you can relay what you believe to have happened, and depending on how many successes, I will give you what you would surmise.
Okay.
Okay.
One success.
So putting the logic together that Joshua has, what do you surmise?
Okay, so as we're moving down the hallway and everybody's having a conversation, Joshua will say, as we're moving down the hall, based off of what we saw on the cryopods, the bioscan, and the thing in the tank, at some point Daniel must have raised his visor and something, I'm assuming the fleshy thing, latched onto his face. Because that's the only thing, or only way anything would be able to get in the suit, because they're environmentally sealed. And with the markings that are appearing on the side of Daniel's head, that's my logic. And if we get him in a cryopod and initiate stasis, because we assume that the cryopods were on but not in stasis, they were being used as an incubator, cryostasis should halt any incubation. And it's kind of that sporadic delivery as like Joshua's running down the hallway.
Yeah, and then we can get him somewhere with better medical, so we can solve this before it becomes a problem.
Whatever the problem might be,
That we're not equipped to deal with.
Okay. With your success, I would say that would be some solid logic.
Okay. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, Tavin, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why did he go on there? Who takes their fucking helmet off?
So he could have lifted his visor up.
Yeah, I would assume.
No,
wanted
like
to go see what the alien things were that I told him about. He was researching the black chemical, and they weren't moving. They weren't moving, so I figured, hey, it probably won't be an issue. I didn't expect something to break out of a cryopod.
Jesus, the one time you're not pissing your pants.
hey, have we found the serpent thing? We heard over the loudspeaker serpent on deck. Like, do we know
Yeah.
what is that a thing? Like,
No.
we need to find that.
I scanned the ship for life forms. 7 popped up. There's 6 people here. I have no
The
idea, no
7
way of
inside of him. Understood. Yeah.
maybe, or it could be one that climbed from the ship and is currently on the outside of my ship.
Okay, so we need to pair off and search the ship.
Okay.
What was
It's more effective, Carrigan. You know, it's more effective if we pair off and sweep the ship.
I don't mind that. I want to search Daniel's ship.
Let's worry about that
Everything
after we.
about him was just too fucking suspicious. And now
After-
he's in cryo sleep. Possibly incubating something.
One,
Carrigan.
we worry about my ship first. 2, his ship is currently docked to the other ship, which currently has serpents on. I locked my ship as a precaution. He's not a pilot. He wouldn't think to do that. So it's entirely possible those things are on his ship at this point. We should worry about what we can handle right now.
Kevin?
Yeah, we don't even know what these things are. First off, all we know is like serpents. I didn't see it. I don't know what it is. Does anybody know what we're looking for?
Oh, I just saw movement, and then he said serpent.
Okay, so we're looking for like snakes on a plane, right?
I don't fucking know. But Tavin, I know you dislike me deeply, and that is fine. But I need you to seriously think and ask yourself, and don't just piss it off because it's coming from me. There is more to your friend than you are thinking. He's just randomly where we are. You didn't fucking see him get here, but he's not a pilot. There's a lot more to your friend that he wasn't fucking telling you.
All right. So we got to talk about Daniel.
Okay.
And I don't want you to think I'm an asshole, but what if he was there before we got there? What if he was the guy that accessed the computer the hour before we showed up?
Believe it or not, I had the same thought, and I had mentioned it to him, and I don't think it was him. I could be wrong. He's my friend. He's a blind spot, but he seemed genuinely surprised when I mentioned someone being there before us.
Yeah, people know how to do things though. They can twist it a little bit, especially if they're in on a project that has some really nasty consequences.
Well, I think that's something we should worry about after we know he's not infected with some type of alien parasite.
Well, we'll know when we can get him to a facility. But here's the thing: if he's in on it, the minute we show up somewhere, they're gonna take him from us because they don't want this project getting out.
Well, as far as I'm aware, the closest place that wouldn't be too bad to go is it was New Albion, right, Chris?
Alba.
Albo?
Alba.
Alba.
Yeah.
New Albion is from a musical.
Yeah.
Alba.
Yeah.
They had very good medical facilities. They're not directly under control of the military, and it's been a while it's been a couple weeks since we were there, so they might be gone by now.
Yeah, but the chances though, they were there when we got there. Like Carrigan's dad was there, so that's the minute we show up, that might throw up a flag.
don't know where else to go.
I don't know where else to go either. My problem is A, as much as I hate to say it, is we need to get over on his ship and find out what the fuck he was doing after we secure this ship, so that we can tell if Daniel is in on it or he was telling you the truth, that he's not in on it.
Andrea, you get a notification on your data link.
Oh, okay.
And
I check.
as you read it, it is from your Weyland-Yutani contact. And the information that you get is on Daniel Cooper that you had sent for. The profile that you get tells you that Daniel Cooper is a priority danger, is a known saboteur of the Arceon station, and is currently working with the US CMC.
As soon as we get to the bridge, I'm gonna try and do another like internal scan.
Yeah. You still get the 7 life forms. 5 of which are pretty or on the bridge. This, as it comes through, I would say that Carrigan and that are kind of just breaking the threshold. So 5 of them are in the bridge, and 2 are very close to each other in the cryo bay.
Okay. Yes. I can't do math. Sorry. Ignore me.
So most likely I'll say this to Joshua as I see the scans. Most likely that 7th dot is fucking either on his person somewhere or inside of Daniel.
As you kind of calm yourself, give back the rifle, and begin to go, Tavin, you get 2 extra blips on your radar coming down the corridor towards the airlock.
Will immediately, through the headset that Joshua has, notify him that there are 2 things coming towards him down the corridor.
Is the door cycling? Do we get like the countdown cycle or whatever?
Yep. The door on the other side is currently pressurizing or depressurizing, because you have to do opposite to be able to gain, because this part is... I mean, but yes, the countdown has begun as the percentage is making its way to your targeted percentage.
I'm so sorry. Reminder. I can't
I'm gonna
happen, right?
No, that was just to Joshua.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna take a knee and over my shoulder go, Carrigan, we got 2 incoming.
I will drop down. I will have my revolver to the ready.
Okay.
And just look down the scope at what might be coming down.
Okay. As this beep from the terminal is clicking on as the depressurization is happening, after you set yourself and get into the zone, both of you do start hearing something moving towards you through this corridor.
I'm gonna try and acquire a target.
Okay. As you prepare yourself, you do see movement at the door.
What door? The door.
The door
one
that
we walked
you've
through.
walked through into here.
Well, what's it look like?
You don't have the time to see.
Oh, it's one of those.
As you see movement breach this door, two creatures lunge, and with your agility successes, you have the opportunity to open fire.
Yep.
Yep.
Ranged combat.
Yep.
God, please be good. Please be good. Please be good.
To add a
All
bonus, you just put plus, right? And then the number of bonuses?
Yes.
Okay. Success.
Okay. And
Fuck yeah, we're tough.
what feels like an instant, this movement flashes, and without even thinking, both of you fire off shots. After this flurry of flashes happen, both of you are left the slight heavy breathing and laying at the door of the airlock are two bullet-ridden, small, about maybe a foot long, black, worm-like creatures.
Look at Carrigan and be like, good shot, Marie.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to them if I can, and I'm going to stomp the carcasses, because fuck that shit.
As you go to stomp,
I don't know.
I know.
I know.
I know. We don't know.
Joshua, you see Carrigan approach these creatures, and before you even have a chance to react, you see one of them lunge and attach to Carrigan's suit at her neck, and you can see almost a faint green liquid begin to seep from this creature, and you see Carrigan's suit begin to react and sizzle as the airlock door pops open.
Fuck. Is she within like arm's reach? Because the airlock is
the
kinda
airlock's
small.
quite small. Like, yeah, it is arm's reach to.
Did she drop her stun baton, or does she have it still?
No, well, I would say she still has it in her hand. This is just all happening within seconds.
Right. So because it's happening within seconds, I'm gonna trust Carrigan to react. So I'm gonna snatch her by the back of her suit and drag her through the airlock, hoping that she's gonna try and like.
I mean, I'd like to try that, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
But yeah, I'm gonna like grab her and kind of pull her through the airlock, hoping she'll react to the thing on her.
As Joshua kind of throws you into the airlock and turns to shut the door, you immediately bring up your stun baton, and your first kind of lunge, you kind of glance off your own helmet.
Yep.
But the second one, you get right into this creature, and both of you, Joshua or Carrigan, probably more so with the proximity, you almost instinctually try and grab your ears as this deafening screech is let out by this creature. As I would say that you've probably pronged this creature just in that moment as you sort of whip it away up against like a wall or something. But you are still receiving a very big burn in your neck and chest. And Joshua, as you duck out the way of this flying worm that Carrigan has lassoed against a wall, you do still see Carrigan's suit begin to almost melt into her skin.
All right. Carrigan, you gotta get your suit off.
We'll start tearing the suit off.
Okay.
I'll help her work around it so it's faster.
Yeah. Between the both of you, you're able to get the suit off, but the skin from this area is still sizzling and smoking and melting at this point.
I'll make my way to the airlock and to Cooper's ship.
Okay. I'm imagining you're following too, Andrea.
Yeah.
Okay. As both of you get to the airlock and go through, you find Joshua and Carrigan in their current state. Carrigan has taken off her suit and has a very noticeable burn
still
scar.
fully laying on the floor.
It's a very noticeable burn scar on the kind of neck and collarbone area as she is lying on the floor, and Joshua is you still just slumped in the pilot seat. And that is what you see as you enter in.
Down at Carrigan, the hell happened?
Don't come near me. I don't know if I'm
He's not getting near. He's just
fucking
the hell happened?
contagious or infected or what the fuck ever. We shot these little assholes and they fell down like they were dead, and I was gonna make sure they were extra dead. Apparently that was the wrong fucking move, and it burned through my goddamn suit. It just burnt through it like his fucking butter.
But come on, let's get you somewhere safe.
No, don't touch me. I don't. I don't know if it's safe.
Can I want to look at her suit on the ground. Is it just like completely burned through where that thing latched on?
Yes.
Fuck.
The helmet has a special skin flap now.
I'll also say, Tavin, when you're looking at it, here's the thing. Are you picking the suit up to look at it? Or move it in any way?
No. I think he would kind of do that thing where he goes and like finds like a pin or something to like poke it without actually touching it with his hand. So he's moving it, but he's not picking it up with his hand.
Okay. As you prod at the suit, you do see that it has been burned through this part of the suit. As you kind of move the fabric, you notice that the back of the suit has burnt through. and the steel floor of the ship is slowly reacting and beginning to melt, as is the end of the pen that you touched the
Will
hole of the suit with.
immediately drop the pen. As I do that, he said he stuck the thing in a specimen bag.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look at that too. Is the acid burning through that? Because some bags like that are meant to hold acid, so I don't want to check
I'm
it.
Joshua.
just a medic, so it's probably just a biohazard bag.
Joshua, where did you place this bag once you had put the creature in it?
I stuck it in the bag and like tied the bag off and kind of stuck it like I would have shoved it like on a container or a desk because I'm not putting it on my person. I'd have been like, I'm gonna put it in like a box or something I could find and just kind of leave it in the bag to get back to it later.
Okay. Tavin, when you look around, you do see a specimen bag, but the bag is empty and there is currently a hole in the desk.
Will go start throwing the base stuff on that too and hope it works.
After a few seconds, you realize that this is not working.
Fuck. Okay. I'm going into emergency procedures because if this keeps eating through, it will decompress the ship. So I am going to immediately announce to everyone that we need to get off of this ship right now and disconnect from it because the thing is eating through the ship and I don't know how to stop it.
And you also find a few files on Sevastopol Station, and that the USCMC had a lot of interest in Sevastopol Station, which does, because your information is that Sevastopol Station is owned by Seegson.
Mhm.
So why USCMC would have an interest is off. But it also talks about, or you find almost like a diary of Cooper's, and the last entry is talking about how they had gone to the location of Sevastopol and could no longer find the station. The station was no longer in its location. That he had spoken to people that mentioned an incident that caused the station to be relocated. Other people believe that the station was destroyed. Others say that military had something to do with it. Andrea, one other thing that you'll notice in the file, or the kind of data entry of Cooper, is him mentioning that he was able to locate Tavin and the Cronus.
Hey, Tavin,
Yeah.
did you send your coordinates at any time to Cooper?
No, I messaged him when we were outside of Arceon.
Okay. He has detailed here that he figured out where you were. Would you like this information?
I would. Can I look? If she's just looking at a terminal, can I look over her shoulder? Does it say how?
She'll move away. She'll let you
It
get in there.
it doesn't say how. It just says that he was able to.
Tavin, I feel like we should probably try to return to Alba.
That's what I was thinking. Yes.
Okay.
That's the closest place. We know they have really expensive medical
Yes.
medical equipment.
But also concerning Sevastopol, we don't know where it is right now.
What do you mean?
In Cooper's files, it says he went to its expected location and it was not there. So either it has fallen out of orbit or it no longer exists.
Like the whole station is gone?
It's at least not in its expected orbit path.
Okay. I have never heard of that, so
Neither have I.
let's get off this ship.
Let's go.
We'll, I guess, when we get off, I will undock my ship.
Yep. No, that's easy enough. You undock from Cooper's ship and slowly begin to drift in a direction, but
Eh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can I try and get angled with his ship and push his ship into the derelict so that it looks like he just crashed into it?
Give me a piloting roll.
You got it.
Okay.
2 successes.
Yes, you are able to maneuver Martha. Again, some paint damage, but you are able to nudge Cooper's ship into the derelict ship, and as you kind of maneuver yourself in angle, you do again get a blip on your radar.